What's going on, guys? Radio Graffiti here, and today I want to talk to you guys about a movie called Trap. Now, if you don't know what Trap is, it's a movie directed by M. Night Shyamalan, a director known for having lots of twists in his movies. The premise of the movie is there's a serial killer called The Butcher who is going to a Lady Raven concert, and the FBI has been tipped off about this. And basically the whole movie is about the serial killer trying to find a way out. How is he going to be able to escape with all his security around the concert? Which, by the trailer, I thought, hey, this seems like a pretty cool movie. I'm kind of curious to see how exactly is this guy going to get out of here? What kind of clever ways he's going to be able to sneak out? Is he going to get caught? How is this movie going to end? It just sounds pretty interesting. And then the reviews came out and I heard this movie was pretty dumb, but kind of fun to watch. And now after watching it, I have to agree, this movie is a fun, dumb roast. Like, don't come in here expecting a dark, serious, intense movie with clever writing, because that's probably the worst part about the film, is the writing. There's so much throughout this film that makes absolutely no sense at all. All the characters in this film are absolute idiots. Everybody is the kindest person on earth, but also extremely gullible, and seems to not have any kind of suspicions at all about anything Cooper does. Like, there's so many shady things that Cooper does and says throughout the film, and everyone's just like, oh, whatever. I'm convinced that Cooper could literally have a bloody knife fall out of his pocket, and somebody nearby would say with a smile, oh, it looks like you dropped something. Here you go. That's how dumb these characters are. I can't even focus on anything else about the movie other than how stupid everything is and how nothing makes any sense. The way we progress in the film, I don't buy any of it. There are some good things, like I think the casting's all pretty well done. I heard some people talking shit about M. Night Shyamalan's daughter. I thought she was fine. I really bought her as a pop singer. I think Josh Hartnett, he really carries the film. His performance is great because he's essentially just switching from loving dad to serial killer all throughout the film. His performance is probably the best thing about the entire movie. The music was fine. It was pretty interesting seeing all the extras that they got for a concert movie, essentially, about a fake pop singer. Everything looked really good. Everything looked like high budget. It looked and felt like you were actually at a concert. And as much as I think this movie is really dumb, at least it was entertaining me. I was laughing at how dumb it was, and it kept me entertained. It kept me guessing how the movie was going to end. Because after he actually leaves the concert, I didn't really know where we're going to go. You kind of figure he's going to get caught, but how? I didn't really know. So let me get into some of my biggest problems about the film. The writing. There is so much in this film that makes absolutely no sense at all. The first act is probably the best part about the film. Really, the only problems I had with that was, some random person just standing there by the steps waiting to be kicked off. Like, what are they even doing there? Made absolutely no sense for them to just be standing there. And then Jamie, the t-shirt guy, being so comfortable and willing to just let some stranger know the password and let them come with them downstairs to get a t-shirt. Like, this guy's just the biggest idiot ever. He just dumped so much information that this guy should not know at all. It's like, dude, is this your first time on Earth? Is this your first time ever having a job? Like, why are you so gullible and stupid? I think the post-credit scene was pretty funny, though, with Jamie figuring out that Cooper was actually the butcher the entire time. It still doesn't excuse the stupidity that he was spreading all throughout those two scenes. Also, they say security's going to stop everybody that leaves. What the FBI know is the killer is a male in his 30s to 40s, a white male. So how exactly do they plan on actually finding out who the killer is? Like, if Cooper actually did walk out the door, what would they do to stop him? What kind of questions are they even going to ask? Hey, before you leave this concert, have you ever murdered somebody before? I mean, what questions are they even going to ask to find out if that's a killer or not? I just don't understand. I feel like he didn't even try to leave. I know there's people who leave all throughout the concert. So what questions are they get asked? They know it's not a woman. They know it's not a child. They know it's not anybody who's not a white male in his 30s or 40s. It just doesn't make any sense how exactly they plan on finding the butcher. And they have cameras all throughout this entire concert, but yet Cooper is constantly allowed to just do basically whatever he wants. He literally sneaks behind a little restaurant that's around the concert. He goes to the deep fryer, throws some stuff in it to make it explode, and nobody on the cameras seems to notice him do this. They didn't seem to notice him take an apron. And we know they have high security because they have guards all outside. And we see several times that there are people watching the cameras. I guess conveniently they just happened to miss every time Cooper was doing something that would tip them off. You're telling me on the cameras they didn't see him knock somebody over? Okay. It's just things like that that really take me out of the film because it's just how dumb it is and makes absolutely no sense. It's like, come on, movie, you can't tell me there's high security everywhere, then you have your main character just doing whatever he wants to. So eventually the killer is able to escape the concert. He has to go up to Lady Raven, tell her to meet with him privately. He tells her he's the killer, he's the butcher that they're looking for, and he says if she doesn't let him go in her limo, he will kill this guy he has locked up in his basement or whatever. And if I was her, I would have said, well, he's going to have to take one for the team because I'm not letting a serial killer go to save some guy I don't even know. You would think he just said he had her mom locked up the way she just will not let this guy die. I mean, I realize it's a human life, but this is also a serial killer. I'm willing to sacrifice some human life that I don't know for potentially several others that this guy could kill. I'm sorry, but I'm not going to let you go just because you have somebody captured. They're just going to have to understand that their subscription to life is about to come to an end because I'm not letting you get in a limo with me and escape. Also, he's really lucky she didn't just immediately start screaming for help. Also, where's all her security at? She's supposed to be a huge pop star singer, but yet she's constantly by herself all the time. All she has is like a little limo driver. Where's her security at all the time? Why is she always just walking around by herself? So, for some reason, she wants to go to Cooper's house. I don't know what she plans on doing there. She easily could have just dropped him off and then called the police and told them who is the killer and where he is and what happened. But no, she wants to go there herself. She ends up getting his phone. And instead of immediately calling in the police, she goes on Instagram Live. And finally, after about 2 minutes, she takes her limo driver to call the police, which she should have done immediately. And while this is all going on, you hear Cooper's family outside the door asking him why he's freaking out that Lady Raven took his phone, because he's going crazy because he knows what she's about to do. And I guess he just kind of shoves them into a room and locks it, and then they just end up escaping it. I don't know. They can easily just open the door. I don't know how he got rid of them. Apparently he didn't harm them at all. At first I thought he killed them, but no, he didn't. Why didn't Lady Raven just crawl out the window? It's not like she's not skinny enough to. She easily could have fit outside that door. She could have ran away, called the cops. She has all the evidence on his phone. But nope, she's gonna just chill in his bathroom and give all her followers. I assume that's her phone that she was on Instagram Live with and not Cooper's, because how did she log into her Instagram account so quickly? Also, how convenient for her that he happens to have Instagram downloaded. I guess serial killer dads are known for having Instagram. But anyways, so we get a bunch of nonsense after this where Cooper is trying to kidnap Lady Raven, but then he's surrounded by the cops, so he just closes the garage, goes chills in his house, and all of a sudden he teleports. Even though he's surrounded by cops, somehow he's able to get into Lady Raven's limo with a SWAT outfit. So he done took out her limo driver and a SWAT officer in that quick amount of time. Yeah, alright, whatever you say. This dude is just Nightcrawler, apparently, the way he's just teleporting wherever he needs to be. Because he does it again later in the limo. He's surrounded by Lady Raven fans, he can't get out. Lady Raven ends up escaping, and somehow, conveniently, there's a bunch of Lady Raven merch right next to him. So he puts on the Lady Raven merch, escapes the limo, and has time to put up a little dummy decoy in the driver's seat. I don't know where he got that from. I don't even know why the officers even shot the driver's seat, even though nobody even moved, because it's just a little dummy. Somehow he was able to escape the limo, even though it was surrounded by Lady Raven fans. Nobody seen this man open the door. I know if I was Lady Raven, I wouldn't have took my eyes off him. But hey, whatever. So we find out his wife is the one that tipped off the FBI that she thought her husband was a serial killer, which makes you wonder why she even allowed her daughter to go with who she thought was a serial killer to a concert alone. Why didn't you just set up for him to be caught at a Chili's or something? Why a concert where there's thousands of people there? How are you supposed to identify one man out of thousands of people there when you could easily have just said, hey, I'm going to take my husband, who I think is a serial killer, to Chili's. I want you guys to go there and capture him tomorrow on 5 o'clock. I don't know. That made no sense to me. So the movie ends with Cooper getting arrested. He shows back up to his house, even though there's cops outside, but if you watch Breaking Bad, then you already know cops being outside someone's house means basically nothing, because people all the time just magically appear in their house. They know the ins and outs of the back doors or whatever to get inside their house, so that means absolutely nothing. But yeah, he goes in there, he plans to kill his wife, I guess, but she drugs him, and then he hallucinates his mom, and then he gets arrested. And for some reason, these are the nicest FBI agents ever, because they allow him to stop at a bicycle and pick it up and fool around with it. Somehow he's able to rip off a part of the bicycle in front of tons of officers and witnesses. Nobody seems to notice him doing anything to the bicycle. So the movie ends with him getting out of his chains with a little thing he took from the bicycle. This is all so stupid. Also, did I forget to mention that they allow his daughter to hug him even though he's a serial killer who just got into custody? Why would you allow him to have any contact with anybody immediately, especially a teenage girl who he could easily use as a hostage? But yeah, I don't really know how he thinks he's going to escape. I mean, he's literally surrounded by cops. You're outnumbered. Even if you do escape, there's cop cars behind you and in front of you. You're not going anywhere. Someone's going to see you if you try to jump out. Also, why were there no FBI agents back there with him? Why was he just by himself? Every movie and TV show I've ever seen with somebody getting captured by the FBI, there's always been officers in there with them. Why would you leave him alone? Makes no sense. But yeah, those are my thoughts on Trap. Very messy movie with tons of things that make no sense. Great performance by the lead actor, but not enough to save this movie from being a complete mess of a time. It's a fun roast, but outside of that, I really don't see any reason you'd want to watch this movie. I had a fun roasting this movie with my girlfriend last night. It was a lot of fun to sit there and poke fun at all the stupid things that are occurring in the film. So yeah, have you guys had a chance to see Trap, and what did you think? Do you agree with me that the movie is just a horribly written mess? Or do you think it was entertaining enough to distract you from all the nonsense? Let me know your thoughts down in the comment section down below, and I'll see you guys next time.